fights at the end of June in 2012.
So Reynoso right away, you know, it's a southpaw stance. And you see Orozco right away trying to keep his left foot on the outside. Again, southpaw right-handed matchups. The main focus is always to keep the lead foot on the outside of the opponent.
You also like to see that right hand lead down the middle.
Sometimes when the southpaw will use the left hand lead down the middle. It's almost like a mirror image. Anything that you use on a southpaw, the southpaw will use the opposite against you.
Is the complaint that a lot of guys say, oh, I had to fight a southpaw. You fought all kinds of styles, you've seen all kinds of things. Is it something that the guys complain too much about, or is it really a major shift for a guy to fight a left?
Well, you know, the angles change completely. You know, the angles that you almost use instinctively without thinking about, all of a sudden you can't use them the same way. So you actually have to begin to think a little more. You know, because we don't see southpaws all the time. So fighters are fighting the southpaw stance. So, you know, in a way, it's always a bit awkward. But hey, that's why you train. You don't take these kind of fights on short notice where you're fighting a lefty. You know, you take your time, you train for them. And that way, you spar with left-handers and you prepare for them. Orozco now fired the right hand to the body a couple of times. Just trying to figure if you can find the range with the right hand to the stomach, you can eventually use it to your head.
Orozco trying to get that right hand home to the body. Reynoso showed him the jab hand without firing it and then threw a left hand that came up short. Both guys looking to find what exactly will be the right punching range for them.
A bit of a probing out round, a bit of a feel out round. And a lot of times this happens when it's a lefty versus a righty matchup.
It is interesting. You shake off the cobwebs in that opening round and then the guys come out in the second round and all that's over.
Yeah, especially these kind of matchups, you're trying to see who can impose their distance. You're trying to figure out your own distance, and you're trying to see who can, gauge their distance better, while at the same time trying not to step on each other's front feet.
Good jab by Orozco. Here's some body work from Orozco. So the opening round counting down. It's a little bit of a chess match at the opener as neither guy wants to take the big chance. And sort of what you would expect from guys at this level as we head back to the corners. Second round action underway. Antonio Orozco 16-0, 12 knockouts. Jose Reynoso 16-3-1, 3 knockouts. From the Metropolitan of Las Vegas, I'm Dave Bontempo and Paulie Malignaggi. The night before Mayweather Guerrero, still order. Satellite pay-per-view provider and MaydayFight.com. A lot of buzz here. Bernard Hopkins here, spoke to Oscar,
Polo here. All the big names in boxing, and also outside the world of boxing. A lot of big names here in town for this weekend.
And a big gaming conference in town this week, too. They were talking about events just like this and how places you can come up with your own room and your own arena and capture all the gamblers. So that's always a tie-in. That's how you end up having the fights. And in this one, our main event,
good hook there by Orozco.
Orozco does score that hook, and he gets the jab in there quickly behind the defenses of Reynoso.
Just like you said, starting to move the hands a little more in round two. So you guys, the first feel out round, and then it seems like Orozco's done enough feeling out. He's here to fight in round two, while Reynoso still seems like he's trying to get his bearings going.
Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Wild miss here by Reynoso. What about the potential gun-shy element a guy would have coming off a knockout loss?
Yeah, it's always interesting, We hope Reynoso has had enough time off to forget about it, but then again, that stuff always lingers, especially coming off a knockout loss in your last fight. You never know just how a guy can come back. Some guys come back stronger-minded, and some guys don't come back the same role. So it's interesting. Right now, Reynoso seems a little gun-shy, but still early. Let's see if he wakes up.
Orozco is opening up here with a jab. Good hook by Orozco. He caught Reynoso. And Reynoso's technique is off.
Yeah, and just like we said, once Orozco finds the range, he's not so shy anymore.
Reynoso trying to fight back, but look at how wide his shots are.
Now Reynoso starting to move his hands back. But good shot.
Good right hand by Orozco as Reynoso walked right into it.
Don't wait, don't wait.
Left hand by Reynoso. And the tie-up, which is smart. All right, so the final seconds of round two. This has been a real pleasing round and a good one for Antonio Orozco.
Some action from that second round. Things opened up a little bit. Orozco landing the nice right hand there, and then moving his hands, looking for the hook to the body. Here's a different combination here, a good hook to the head. Orozco got much busier there in that second round. No more feeling out. As you see another left hook over the top that grazed Reynoso's head. And you see he starts the combination with a good straight right hand and then follows the good hook.
It's perception. That's their marketing version of the sweet science.
Exactly.
Because we read these announcements and say, hey, how is boxing connected to that? People are thinking in those terms.
That's what they have the marketing team for, right, Dave?
Better believe it. So here we are into round 3. Orozco and Reynoso. 16-0 versus 16-3. And Orozco had a sizzling second round.
He looks like he's ready to continue where he left off. His hands again.
Big right hand by Orozco. Reynoso, he's off with his reflexes. Left hand by Reynoso.
So good poker face, never changes his facial expression, but he's going to have to start getting to work, or else Orozco's going to start rearranging his face.
Yeah, these are heavy-handed shots by Orozco. And we're not seeing much of the jab by Reynoso. It's a tentative jab.
Yeah. The thing with a lot of southpaws, they don't use the jab, but they like to kind of forward and use that straight left hand. He's got to start moving. There he's use that left elbow to the body. He's finally back to Orozco up to the ropes, but he's got to start moving his hands. Because Orozco, one thing he does is he does have a busy style. He used the first round as a free-lot round, but since then he's maintained a busy pace.
Why don't a lot of lefties use the jab?
Because they're almost always used to touching the other guy's lead hand, which is the other guy's jab, the right-hander's jab. So a lot of times they get into a habit of just kind of pawing and jockeying position with the lead hand and then shooting their straight left hand. And a lot of right-handers don't jab at southpaw, which I don't believe is right. I think the jab is a good hook by Orozco there. But it's kind of just almost a habit a lot of lefties have, a lot of righties have against southpaws.
As his right hand coming in from Orozco, good body shot by Orozco, better than the one he got back from Reynoso.
If you notice, really, Orozco's not using his own jab either. He's looking for his right hand and hook, and he is landing them. But if anything, Reynoso's got to find an answer.
Work out. Stop.
And Reynoso on the outside, trying to get into some kind of a rhythm with the jab. And Orozco trying to keep that away from him. It's good pace to this fight, and another good round for Antonio Orozco. He continues to put on the pressure. Orozco taking it to Reynoso as we come to the end of round 3.
Especially on the inside. I need the right uppercut, the left hook, finish up on the body, start working a little bit on the body.
Action from that last round. See Antonio Orozco moving his hands. Reynoso tried to come with a left uppercut, but again, Orozco just relentless, like his shorts say, and continue that combination punching into that hook. He starts this round again with that relentlessness.
Here comes Orozco. Had a lot of success going to the body. Going after Jose Reynoso. Here at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. Dave Bontempo and Paulie Malignaggi with you. So main event. Jabbing the right hand by Orozco, then a good body shot.
Orozco making the fight, looking for the fight, landing those shots. Every time he gets closer at close range, finding a home for either a body shot or a good shot to the head. Orozco's got to make him miss a little bit and start to make him pay.
Reynoso outside, and a good right hand lead by Orozco and a sweet uppercut on top of that.
And he's starting to follow up. You know, before he was landing these one shots or 2 shots at a time, but now he's starting to mix in combinations because he's starting to find a home for all of his offense. And again, Reynoso needs to show something back here.
Well, we saw something that was indicative of his comfort level right there, Orozco. The straight right hand and then the uppercut. Being able to pour something in on the same opening.
Yeah. He's not only moving his hands and remaining relentless, he's also thinking in there as he's moving his hands. He's seeing the new openings that he's creating himself when he's punching.
Good left hook by Orozco, straight right hand as he backs away from Reynoso. Good straight right hand again by Orozco, and a jab. Reynoso just can't get to him. Getting out jabbed and out punched.
Reynoso's in a groove now. He's feeling it. He's even boxing going backwards on many shots. I mean, Orozco, should I say.
He is really in a terrific groove right now. His balance is perfect. His rhythm is there. He's landing everything, and his sense of timing at the moment is impeccable.
Very confident.
So for Antonio Orozco, it just keeps getting better. And for Jose Reynoso, it's time to look for more solutions as we come to the end of round 4.
When you get inside, dig it as hard as you can, both sides, because he's just breaking away. But we need to chop him down first. You understand? We need to chop him down because he's just going to take punishment. Let's start hitting this stuff as hard as you can. You
gotta start letting some punches go. He's not being interrupted. He's just slowly pick up the more than you. Okay? Deep breath. Deep breath. Don't worry. Deep breath.
We move into round 5. Antonio Orozco and Jose Reynoso. Now, our main event welterweight scheduled for 10. Orozco is 16-0 with 12 knockouts, a good prospect. He's a pro since 2008. And Jose Reynoso from Riverside, California, 16-3-1, 3 knockouts.
Eso, ahí estaba la izquierda.
Paulie, if you've been in Reynoso's corner in this type of fight, what would you tell him to try to change his luck in this fight?
First of all, he's got to improve the outcome. He's also got to try to, good body shot. Good body shot when he hurt Reynoso.
Now he's really going to have little chance to improve his
Let me tell you
fortunes.
something. Those body shots stay with you. He's also bleeding out of his right ear. So there's blood coming out of Reynoso's right ear, which is strange. See that?
Yeah, he barely got up from that. Kenny Bayless will take a quick look and a long look. The short leash is here on Reynoso. You did that kind of a body shot. You know another one's going to cut right behind it. And here is Orozco with that exceptional work.
Orozco smells blood. Big body shot downstairs.
Continues to work well. Good left hook to the body. Now for Reynoso, and you might have suggested double jabs, trying to set some things up.
Hey, he's moving, he's trying to box. He just can't establish the distance. And Orozco walks right through him.
So more trouble here for Reynoso.
Good combination there. Left uppercut followed by left hook.
He can't move, and Kenny Bayless right on it. These are hard shots to the body he's taking.
I would say Reynoso would have to find some counters, or at least some pot shots in between the hard punches Orozco's throwing, but I don't know that Reynoso has the ability to do that. He hasn't shown that really as far as counter-punching ability or pot shotting in between Orozco's offense.
It would be a victory by Reynoso just to get through this round because these body shots have slowed him dramatically. Anytime Orozco has had him along the ropes, we've seen him mimic the highlights that we saw earlier in his last fight. Relentless.
He's up to it.
Good body shot by Orozco. Reynoso trapped. The big uppercut just missed.
Losing some angles in there. He's not getting hit as clean as he was before, but again, if he doesn't make Orozco pay, Orozco's got nothing to lose by throwing. The worst that's going to happen is he's going to miss.
We'll have to take a long look at Reynoso between rounds and see what kind of shape he's in. He's been down in this round.
Also should take a look at here.
¿Te duele aquí? ¿Te duele aquí? Outside. Alone.
Some breath. Deep breath. You're good. Put some medicine on. Elbow. Yeah.
Deep breath. You're good. You land two strong lefts.
Fucking hit him. You got his attention.
Yeah, you have 2 lefts.
So you got hurt so fucking much. Okay, sit back now. Start letting your hands go. Don't let him run you down, okay? Yeah, come on, man.
Some action again. Orozco moving with all kinds of offense. finally, you see that left hook to the body in between that combination. You see the right hand, hook to the head, right uppercut. It is a body shot. Followed up with a couple of other shots, but it was that left hook to the body that did the damage.
And you know, he will feel that one for a long time. Will Reynoso. Into round 6 we go. Jose Reynoso did manage to convince his corner and the doctors looking in that he could continue for a while. But Antonio Orozco, who was stalking him, wants that to be a very short while.
First problem Reynoso has, he's on the ropes, he's always squared up. He's giving Orozco the entire target, the entire body, which is what he hurt to last round. But also, you know, when you're squaring up like that, you know, you're eliminating your southpaw angle and your southpaw stance. There he goes again, all squared up. Giving Orozco plenty of punching room.
Reynoso ends up really with no style just to protect himself from that dangerous shot which put him down. Now the elbow has to come down to cover that, so the hands are down and now the left hook is open.
Of course, you know, he'd just be better off just staying at an angle at least. You know, you cut off the punching in half. You have less to punch at. When you square like that, there's openings for both the left hand and the right hand for Orozco to throw at.
Now, Orozco drilled Reynoso with a left hook to the body, which dropped him. Now he comes right through with the lead right hand, goes back to that left hook to the body. Orozco continues to pound away. Hard shots here.
Orozco, no respect for the power of Reynoso. Even when Reynoso does land a shot or two, Orozco walks right through and barrels his way in.
Orozco aware that Reynoso only has 3 knockouts in 20 fights, and he's fighting him that way. We talked about Kenny Bayless has instituted the short leash on Reynoso, so it would be up to Orozco to provide the so-called closing arguments, which he's trying to do here. Steps him up, loads up, left hook to the body. Reynoso fires back, keeps himself in the fight for a little while longer. That was a low blow by Orozco.
Once he gets some room there, he's got to get off those ropes when he gets a chance. He just did there, but again, he's got to impose his work rate in the middle of the ring, because if he lets Orozco constantly back up to the ropes, it's just going to be all Orozco with that work rate. Right here in the middle of the ring is where Reynoso has to make it happen. He has to land some sharp shots. He's got to start with a jab. I know he's not used to it from the southpaw stance, but he's going to start with a jab and try to land that straight left hand, followed by maybe a little bit of combination. Mix some body shots like he did there. He's got to dominate the middle of the ring.
All right, so it's another good round for Orozco as we come to the end of round 6.
Jab on the way in, huh? Listen, when he's on the rope, shooting that right hand, the left hook. I want a right hand to the other side each time. And then come around.
We continue along. Antonio Orozco and Jose Reynoso into round 7 as our main event, and it has been a showcase for Orozco, who already has a knockdown in this fight.
A good variation of offense in this fight. Orozco, good attacks to the head, to the body, uppercuts, hooks, crosses. Good, nice little offensive fighter. Exciting. I think his nickname is, in short, relentless.
These guys are welterweights. Wally, you are a welterweight champion. WBA, how close are these guys to, say, being on the outside of the world rating? Are they like one level below that still? Close? Or?
You see, this is a good step to fight for Orozco. Reynoso has given some good prospects, some tough fights, and some good shots landed by Orozco there. Reynoso doesn't go away easily, doesn't go quietly, and the fact that Orozco's been able to dominate him the way he has, shows is a good sign that Orozco's even ready for yet another step up in class, because Reynoso, another nice combination.
And again, we saw that left hand to the body, and that's it. That's the one that caused all the pain.
And that's the kind of win that'll let you step up in class the next time around and get you closer to that world-class opposition. When you take a guy like Jose Reynoso and you dominate him and you stop him like this, a guy who's given many prospects a tough night.
And excellent work to the body by Antonio Orozco. A fight that Jose Reynoso is going to feel next week. These shots to the rib area, a knockdown a couple of rounds ago, and then he continued to do it here. He battered Reynoso in the last round, and then here in round 7, he puts the punctuation on it. Antonio Orozco puts a wrap on this with the body shot.
Again, the body shot, the delayed reaction, a follow-up combination, but it was, again, that initial left hook to the body that did the damage. There it is, right there.
That's the punitive shot, and the follow-up shot was painful too, but it's what's going on the body, I think it's keeping him down and unable to get up. Yeah, the other thing, Paulie, was after you get hit where Reynoso did a couple rounds ago, not only do you have to protect that area, but it hurts you when you throw a jab, when that area is sore.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, you start getting sore, you start feeling those body shots. They're not like headshots where a lot of times you can recover and come back, but those body shots are like money in the bank. They stay with you. You don't really recover for sometimes even a day or a week.
Well, you just took a look at that camera shot, and that's exactly where those big punches landed by Orozco. He put a signature right there. He did everything but carve his initials in that spot, and they are painful shots, folks, that Reynoso got hit with. And they had snap, they cracked, tons of power.
Good offensive variation by Antonio Orozco.
Hey, I'm surprised that more guys don't lose fights that way. They do a good job covering that area because that's a very vulnerable spot.
One thing he's got to be careful for in the future is guys will make him pay for throwing those body shots. Reynoso never gave him any reason to doubt make Orozco doubt himself for throwing those body shots. Eventually, when quality steps up, there's guys that will make you pay for throwing those body shots because you do put yourself at risk.
Okay, let's get the final numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it comes at 1 minute, 13 seconds, round number 7. We have your winner by KO victory and still undefeated, Antonio Relentless Orozco.
All right, so Antonio Orozco with some punitive body shots, to say the very least. And the kind of a definitive knockout, actually a TKO victory as it will be put in the books, that will make a lot of people take notice inside the boxing world. He took a tough guy.